What is going down, my YouTube family? It is your boy Xantara from the XMG, Xantara's Mobile Gaming, coming at you today to bring you a viewer requested video. But before we get into that, if you're not part of the XMG family, click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything coming your way. So to get into it, popping up on your screen now, I got a message from SS Darkside. Shout out to No Relics, my guild lead. She asked me if I could run raids on the test account, which I can, and I've kind of stayed clear of the raids in previous videos because of fixes and nerfs and turn meter reduction teams and things of that nature, but she found a team on beadragonchampion.info, links in the description below, that she is currently working on. And she asked me to test it out to see how it performed and the mechanics and how it went. So I'm going to run two. I haven't done this before. We're going to walk through them both and kind of learn what we can do. And this team consists of the following team. And it is run in the Solius matchup. So here is that team. So here's the team. It's a Tromgar lead with Revol, Snorry, Xantara for heals, and Puncherface. So this is kind of a bleed mass taunt team. So we'll be applying the bleed with Snorry. Revol can come in and do some massive damage, also applying bleed. And then we have Puncherface in there for extra damage, but he also has the move where he can apply taunt to the entire team, effectively letting us go after Solius the whole time. So before we get into how I have my guys runed and everything, this is on the test account. Everybody is gear 11. Everybody has maxed out abilities, so you got to take this with a grain of salt. I am going to kind of go into the fight, see how it goes. We will review the character, and kind of based off what we learned, we can do some re-runing if needed, and then we will rerun it to kind of see how it goes. So let's get started. Alright, so we got the fight up, and here we are. You know, this is the Solius Phase 1. We're going to turn down the speed to 2 a little bit so we can kind of see the full damage and everything like that. So we start out with Xantara. We will just pop a basic on Solius. We are going to put up Berserker Stance onto Snorry. Do a basic. That's all we can do. Basic. Pop our taunt on Tromgar. Get some bleed up. Okay. We will just pull a basic here. Alright. Now we are going to try to inflict Earthquake, dealing physical damage, and inflicts the taunt for 2 turns. Okay, so now we have taunt up on everyone, as you can see. So now we can switch back to Solius. Now we can go for the AoE ability. Tromgar. Okay, we don't have anybody really needing heals. Alright, we're going to try to give ourselves some haste. Doing some pretty decent damage on him. Alright, we got the blind effect up on Revol, so that's not anything to be concerned about. We can do a basic, heal Snorry up into the green. He's going to miss regardless, so we'll just use basic. Basic. Get that taunt back up. Okay, we're going to reapply the taunt. Get some heals, possibly. I'll just use the basic. Get that bleed back up. Ah, no bleed on. He does have tenacity up, so that'll be kind of difficult. So let's use a basic. Resisted the bleed. Basic. See if we can get haste. Got haste back up. Basic. Heal Snorry back up. Kept our taunt, which was nice. So that's a big plus. We got no bleed. So we'll just do basic. Get that AoE back up. Basic. Get the taunt back up. Back into defensive stance. Alright, we're gonna get the group heal now. Let's go with the AoE. Okay. Lost our taunt. Let's get that taunt back up. Ah, missed. Okay. We're gonna miss. Got her out of there, so now we can go back after Solius. We are going to use the basic. See if we can get some bleed. Oh, we missed. That's right. We had blind. He drops the tanks again. He gets the taunt back up. AoE. Get some haste. Nope, didn't get the haste. Get our taunt back up. Let's get the heal back on everybody. And we'll start working on Darien. Now we have a bleed up, so let's see if we can get him out of there. Dodge, of course. Heal myself back up. Alright, now we can start going back after Solius. See if we can get that Dawn up. Alright. More bleed. See if we can get the haste. See if we can get some more bleed. Oh, we just lost Tromgar. Alright. Now we have the blind. Let's do some heals on the team. Alright. Missed. Oh, that's right. I forgot about the blind. Misplay by me. I'm going to heal herself. Oh, lost our healer. Go for haste. Dodge. He's dead. Now we're just going to try to pretty much put this on auto and see where we go from there. So we're looking at about 11% on, so this is on 6 because that's where she is running. So we're looking at about 359,000 damage. All in all, I really wasn't too impressed with that team. It's heavily reliant on the bleed sticking and the taunt sticking. So let me take a look at the guys and see where we have them. So we kind of learned that we need a lot of speed. We need a lot of potency. On Tromgar, the stuns and the counter chance, I think we leave him where we have him. His overall stats, his potency is sitting right around 65%, plus he's getting another 30% from his lead, so he's almost at 100% potency. His speed is at 126, so I think we're okay there. I mean, the stacks on Solius got up to about 12, and that's when he died, so I'm okay with that. We have critical chance and critical damage on Revol. Now, he does inflict bleeding for 2 turns, which can be resisted. His passive ability, he deals 20% more damage for each stack of bleeding on the enemy, and then he recovers turn meter from bleeding. So we probably could up his damage and go damage and maybe put a potency set on him to see if we can, you know, stop that resist. Because his potency is only at 34.16%. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll get him some more speed and try to get him a little bit faster. So I'm going to re-rune him for damage and potency. And then we can see how that helps us out. Alright, so we are back, and I went with the damage potency to try out on the next run to see if the damage increase helps out with the potency for the bleed to stick. So his stats, we got his physical damage up to almost 4,000, brought it up 698. His crit chance is at 5%, up 5% to 27.64%. His health we brought up 502. His shield we brought up 4,018. His speed is still an abysmal 11, up to 141. And his potency we brought up 33.32%, up to 65%, so maybe that'll help the bleed stick. Also, I was thinking he was blinded quite a bit in that first run, so upping his tenacity might help, so I looked for some secondaries there. I only brought it up 3.44%, but another way we could rune this guy possibly is speed and tenacity to stop him from getting blinded. So moving on from Revol, we're going to go to Puncherface. Right now I have Puncherface modded for damage and armor. And we're not primarily concerned about damage. We are primarily concerned about him getting up his earthquake. So I'm thinking I might go speed and potency to get past that resistance check. So that's the way I think I'm going to rune him, because right now his speed is at 168 and his potency is at 26.17. So I'm going to take a break and rune him for speed and potency and see what happens. Okay, so we went speed and potency onto Puncherface, and let's see what it did to his stats. Physical damage is way down, but that's okay. Critical chance we got up 6.88%. Health is up 1,013. His speed is up 58 to 197, so that's huge. His potency is up 36.84% to 61.84%. And we brought up his tenacity a percent. So we did what we went to do, so we'll just have to do some testing. So Snorry, we have speed and critical chance on him. So his stats are as follows. Physical damage is at 3228. Health is at 19741. Shield is at 23170. Speed is at 173. Potency is at 44.38%. So the only thing, I mean, his bleeds were sticking for the most part, unless they had that high tenacity buff of 30%. So I think we're going to leave him alone, because we've got to have somebody who does some damage, so I think we're going to leave him alone. Finally, we have Xantara, who is at speed and health. Her overall stats, physical or magic damage is at 3288. Health is at 25964. Speed is at 187. Tenacity is at at 54.78. So I think we're going to leave Xantara alone as well, because she was healing and getting those off quite a bit. So we are going to go back into the raid and see where we're at. So again, we are in the Madness 6, and my previous score was a 359074. So we're going to see how we do with that. Alright, so I restarted the raid, and instead of talking you through this one, I am just going to let this one play out with some fancy music and kind of speed it up a little bit, and we will go from there and see how we do. Wish me luck. Alright, so we were able to improve our score. We were at like 379,000, right in that area, to 516,000. Couple more suggestions, I think, that, you know, as I'm playing and tweaking this team a little bit more, is loading up Tromgar with the tenacity. He's constantly ability blocked, which prevents the heal from going up or his taunt from being used. So that is a suggestion. Definitely the more speed on Puncherface helped out. Again, some more tenacity onto Revol and Snorry to stop them from being blind could help out a great deal. There were a couple times I did use his haste ability on Puncherface, even though he was blinded, just to get that haste boost because I knew they'd be taunting. Saving the AoEs for when those tanks are up is crucial also. So I am going to take one final break. I'm going to put a whole bunch more tenacity onto Tromgar, and we're going to see how that plays out. Alright, so right now, before I re-rune him, he has a tenacity of 38.55. Now, he is giving himself an additional 30%, but I want to try to get that as close to 100 as I possibly can, even at the cost of sacrificing some potency for this build. So I'm going to re-rune him, and I will be back. Okay, so this is what we got. After I went with a tenacity set, a potency set, and a health set, we have tenacity up to 76.52%. Then the 30% he gives himself from his leadership puts him over 100%. I didn't sacrifice too much potency on him, about 17%, but I wanted to make sure his tenacity was over 100%. So let's see how that does in the raid. Okay, so before I cancel out this raid and restart it, we did 516,041 damage. So let me cancel it out and we'll get restarted. Okay, so we got some improvement. We got about an extra 60,000 damage. This team is a very tricky balance between keeping the bleed up so Revol can do more damage and keeping everybody alive. So it is a very tricky balance, and this team could definitely work to do some good damage. So all in all, what this team's going to take is going to take some fine-tuning and some tweaks, and I'm sure somebody out there is doing this and running it a lot more effectively than me. Like I said, this is the first time I got in it and played around with it and tried it out. So if you have a better way, let Dark know how you're doing it, and maybe I'm ruining somebody wrong, maybe I have the turn order wrong, things of that nature. But as always, leave me those comments and let me know. Okay, YouTube, that's your boy Zary from the XMG coming at you today to give you the lowdown for Dark Side on that raid team for Phase 1. If there's a video that you would like to see, leave me a comment. Hit me up on Discord. My Discord server is in the link below. And as always, if you are not a part of the XMG family, you should be part of that XMG family because you're missing out on good stuff if you're not. So click that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on anything coming your way. That's what I got for you guys in this one. I'll see you in the next one. I love you all. Thank you for the support. Can't do this without you. I'm out.